Hey, Cicciolini, wait a minute. Why should you and I fight? Let them kill each other, and you and I will share the world.
Ah, that's of the spirits.
Shake! That shows you can't trust me. Hey, Puddinhead, quit!
Hello to all my friends out there in Youtubeland. This is Cromda1, here with my friend Moe, once again down in the basement. Just getting ready to do my top 10 video. I've been tagged by my friends Ghost Critic and Warzone Spider. I want to thank them for tagging me. I've been really itching to do this video. Also, just to let you know, I really had a hard time trying to pick 10. So I'm doing a variation on the top 10 because I have so many comics to pick from. What I'm doing is basically picking 10 from independent comics like Dell and Charlton, 10 from Marvel, and 10 from DC, and I'll be showing them all at the same time. So with my friend Moe's help, we're going to get started. And the first one I want to show is coming in at number 10. Okay, the first issue I want to show on number 10 is Captain Midnight. It's actually a British reprint of the American series from the 40s. This is an early 50s reprint. But this is really special to me because it's the first British comic I've ever owned. And it's also, it has this great story of the Nazis tunneling from France to England, and it predates the Eurotunnel by like 40 years, and I think it's just an awesome cover, great story. It's black and white reprint, but it's amazing seeing what it was like living in London at that time, and this comic was actually printed in London as well, and it's just a beautiful cover, great comic, and I really enjoy having it in my collection. For the DC, I've got Batman the Killing Joke. For those of you who haven't read it, read it. It's an Alan Moore story. It's the comic that changed my version of Batman and the Joker forever. It's a great comic. And I've got X-Men number 18. This comic here was actually given to me by my late brother many years ago, and it has very much sentimental value to me. It's a great cover. It's an early Magneto, early X-Men, and it's just an issue that I wouldn't part with. What number now, Mo? Oh, number 9. Thank you. Now, one thing you may notice is I'm not showing any comics I've shown previously. It made it easier for me to narrow it down to the 30 that I picked, basically. And I just like showing different comics. I think, you know, everybody enjoys seeing the different comics we have in our collections. This one is a recent pickup. I've really started to enjoy Charlton the last few months, and I've been trying to pick up first appearances where I can. This is Special War Series number 4, I believe. It's the first Judo Master. It's a great comic, great character. This one here is an awesome cover. It's Jerry Lewis, the famous comedian, and it's a late 60s Batman and Robin appearance with the Joker. It's a great cover. It's nice to see Batman and Robin appearing in this, and it's a good story to read. It's just a fun comic to have. Now, this one pretty well goes without saying. Giant Size X-Men, first appearance of the new X-Men, Storm and Colossus, Nightcrawler's first appearance, second appearance of Wolverine. Great issue, very key issue from the 70s. Number is this one, Mo? Number 8. Thank you, Mo. Now, sticking with showing some of the other Charltons I have, this other one I have is the first appearance of Sarge Steele. Another nice Charlton issue. He's a private detective with a steel hand. If you haven't read it, they're great stories. I've got about 4 of the issues now. I want to pick up the whole series. One of my favorite characters when I was younger was Metamorpho. This is his first appearance in Brave and the Bold number 57. I always loved that character. I have a lot of the Metamorpho comics and pretty well all of his early appearances, and I really have always enjoyed that character. Now, this one here is another one that I've picked. I always like the background heroes a lot of times in the stories, maybe not the overly popular ones, but they've always got something special about them. And Guardians of the Galaxy is something I have all their Marvel Presents. I have a lot of their later late 80s, 90s series, and this is their very first appearance in Marvel Superheroes number 18. Great issue. It's one of the giant size issues, and it's a good collectible. One of my favorite superhero teams. Number 7. It was really hard to try to narrow it down to 10, so it made it easier for me to do it this way. And I get to show off some comics that I really enjoy having. This one here is Vacation in Disneyland. It's from the 50s. It's Carl Barks art, 4-color 1025. It's one of the first comics I ever bought off of eBay. And it's high grade, and I love the Dells. I love the Dell Disneys as well. And this one here is I bought in a comic store outside of Cambridge. I bought it many years ago. It's since been closed, but it's actually issue 234 and first appearance of Two-Face in the Silver Bronze Age, I guess. And it's a great issue. Neil Adams art. Love the cover. And it's a comic that when I saw it, I just scooped it up, and I love the comic. Now, I like supervillains, and this Invincible Iron Man number 55 is a real key issue. It's the first appearance of Thanos, who I consider like one of the most evil supervillains ever, but they're always great storylines. Also, first appearance of Drax the Destroyer, and the Blood Brothers are on the cover fighting Iron Man. Really nice high-grade copy. Bought it a lot of years ago. It's one of the keys in my collection that I really enjoy owning. Number 6, Mo? Thank you. Okay, now I'm pretty well a sentimental guy. My friend Kusa Bromster Star would say accent on the mental, but he actually gave me this comic. It's Donald Duck from 1964 Christmas album. I read it when I was a kid. I had a reprint copy of this. It's a Christmas in Shacktown storyline. I always loved the issue. I used to tell Scott about it, and he found the issue and he gave it to me. So I love this comic. It's really special to me. Showcase 55. First Golden Age appearance, Silver Age appearance of the Golden Age Green Lantern and Solomon Grundy. Dr. Fate and Hourman cover as well. It's a key issue, one of my favorites. And I love the Golden Age characters being brought back into the Silver Age, and I try to collect as many of those as I can. This comic goes without saying. This is one of the best covers ever. It's Visions, the first appearance of Vision, issue number 57 of the Avengers. And it's a key issue. It's one of my favorite issues. I've had it for a long time. High grade, great comic. Just, I wish everybody could have a copy of this one. Number 5. Okay, right here I've got MD, number 1, from the 50s, EC Comics. It's the first EC comic I ever purchased. Awesome issue. It was a totally new direction for them, as it says on the cover. And it was about medical doctors. And the artwork is the same artwork from their horror stories or their Two-Fisted Adventure stories. And I really, really love having this issue in my collection. Adam 29 was the first I ever bought of a Golden Age character in the Silver Age. And it's a Golden Age Adam. And it's a high-grade copy. It's another one I actually bought in Cambridge. And it's one of my favorite issues I've had a long time. A lot of these issues I'm showing you, they're either fairly new or they're pretty old, because I've been collecting for a lot of years. Now I've got a really special one to show you for the Marvel, so I'm just going to stop here for a second and set it up. Well, I hope this gives everybody a laugh. Moe, being the great actor that he is, wanted to dress up as a person from World War II. A lot of my comics are pertaining to World War II, a lot of the Allies fighting the Nazis, and see if you can guess who he is. Okay, so the reason I'm setting this up is to show the next comic that I have. It's actually 2 comics. My wife and I actually went to Cambridge again yesterday. That's been really popular in my video right now. It's talking about that place. Used to have some great comic stores. And I picked this guy up. Now, is he scary? It's the Red Skull. I got the bobblehead. It was in a little thrift store that we went to. And I thought that was kind of cool. So I thought, okay, what goes with the Red Skull? One of my favorite comics that I have is the first appearance of the Red Skull. Just take you over here. We'll set it back up here where you can see it. Oh, where it falls over, hopefully not. Iron Man and Captain America, number 65, Tales of Suspense, Enter the Red Skull. Now, I actually have another one that goes with that. We'll just take you over here for a second. And this is a tie still. It's the origin of the Red Skull. And these are the first 2 Silver Age appearances of the Red Skull. So I thought it would kind of be appropriate to go with my little bobblehead. By the way, this is Superman here. I showed this on Kusa Bromstar's video. It's the bootleg Superman, just to kind of go on a little bunny trail for a quick second. And didn't have a really good picture of that from Scott's, but this is made in China. And he has an X-Men belt and Batman gloves. Got the little fins. So I think that's really a cool thing to have. Also, You can tell it's bootleg because it's got Superman, Batman, Robin, and Spider-Man. 2 companies together. So picked that up in the Salvation Army for $1, about 15 years ago. Okay, but just meanwhile, I'll get back to this. I love supervillains, and I love having first appearances, and I just think this little bobblehead is cool. Thought I'd show you all that. But that's one of my favorite comics there, the Red Skull. It's his first appearance in the Silver Age. It's an awesome comic, and I'm really proud to have it in my collection. Number 4. Okay, back to the regular issues here. I've got Captain Marvel Adventures, number 54, from the late 40s. I have a few Captain Marvels, about 5 or 6, including the Captain Marvel Adventures in the Marvel family. And I got them years ago from my local comic dealer for $5 each. And I'm a big fan of Shazam from the 70s as well. I think he's one of the best characters and very underused. And I really love this issue, and I picked this one to show because it's the only 68-page giant size they did in the entire series. Now this one, Bernie Wrightson, Swamp Thing number 1, easily amongst my favorites. I've had it for quite a few years. I bought it originally for $11 for a really excellent price, which was actually high to me at the time. But it's an awesome cover, great issue, key issue. I love the purple cover. I love the way Swamp Thing comes out of the muck and mire, out of the swamp there. And his drawings of Swamp Thing are just amazing. Now this is another Captain America. I'm a big Captain America fan, okay, and I also am a big fan of Sergeant Fury. And this comic is really special to me because I bought it on vacation in Nashville, Tennessee, when I spent a week there 15 years ago, and I just love this comic. I bought 3 comics down there. It was Silver Surfer number 14, Brave and the Bold, I think it's 67 with the Batman turns into Hulk, or 68 when Batman turns into Hulk. But this is the one is my favorite of those 3 because it's such an early appearance of Captain America and fighting side by side with Sergeant Fury and the Howling Commandos. It's an awesome comic. It's Sergeant Fury number 13. Number 3. Okay, I'm down to my final 3. Tip Top Comics number 18 from 1937. This is the oldest comic I have in my collection. It's reprints, comic strips from that time, and the cover is Tarzan fighting giant ape. Love ape covers, and the ape's wearing some sort of sunglasses as well. Kind of cool. I just love this issue. I think I've had it for over 20 years, and it's the oldest in my collection. It's in lower grade shape, but it's complete. All the pages are there, and it's a great comic, and I just love having that comic. Also, Hawkman number 1. This was the first Silver Age number 1 issue that I ever bought. Got it at a comic convention actually here in Brantford years ago at the Civic Center where they were selling these, and I came down buying either Batman 200, Hawkman number 1, and I picked Hawkman number 1. Got it for $25. Great issue, and I love it. I now have the first 9 issues in a row of Hawkman from that series. And once again, Captain America from Tales of Suspense. I'm a big Tales of Suspense fan. Also Tales to Astonish as well is another one I have a lot of. But this one here is the Origin of Captain America, high grade, beautiful comic, and it's just one of my favorites in my collection. And it's issue number 63. Number 2. Okay, down to number 2. Silver Surfer number 1. I'm a big fan of Silver Surfer from the Silver Age. I just recently, this past week, completed the entire series of 18 issues from the Silver Age into Bronze Age. So I'm really happy about that. I'll be doing a later video showing you all those issues. Also, one of my favorite characters is Man-Bat, Kirk Langstrom. This is Detective Comics number 400. I really, really love this issue. Before there was eBay, I wanted this issue for like 20 years. I had his second, third appearances. I had his 2 issues from the 70s, and that he was his own title. I actually got this in the middle of a bag at Value Village. I bought 3 bags of comics for $11 each, and in the middle of this bag was Detective Comics 400, a book I've been looking for 20 years, and I found it not even knowing it. I got home, opened the bag. The smile on my face was good for a week. Now, I also like first appearances in Dell. I've recently shown the Flintstones first appearance, Quick Draw McGraw. I have the Alvin and the Chipmunks first issue, which I haven't shown yet. So, but the one I wanted to represent them all is this one, Dell number 990. It's a first appearance of Huckleberry Hound and Yogi Bear, 4-color Dell. And I just love these early cartoon characters. And the Dells, I recommend to anybody out there, they're still reasonably priced. You should pick them up. They're great issues, and it reminds me of my childhood, so it's got a lot of memories tied in. And for the big finale, number 1. Thank you, Mo. Okay, number 1. Out of This World from Charlton, 1956, first issue. I love the cover. I love sci-fi. I have quite a few of the Charlton sci-fis now, but this is the first issue. It's really special to me. I actually recently bought it. I haven't had it in a long time, and since I've started collecting Charltons, I've just been impressed by their science fiction stories, and I got this for a really good, reasonable price. And I know each and every one of us, some of our tastes change over the years, and I know it was really hard picking issues here, but this one was quite an easy pick for me for number 1 for my independent comics. Also, number 1 for my DC comics is All-Star Western number 10. I'm a big Western fan. I'm very eclectic in my taste in comics. This is the first appearance of Jonah Hex. I bought it from a local comic dealer quite a few years ago, and I'm a big Jonah Hex fan. Hated the movie. The movie was just stupid. Totally ridiculous. Had nothing to do with the real character. But I do like the Jonah Hex stories. I love the weird Western tales. I have a lot of those as well. And it's just awesome having his first appearance in my collection. So that's just number 1 for me. I really, really love that comic. Now, for those of you who are Spider-Man fans wondering, okay, where's the Spider-Man? I do have a Spider-Man that's one of my favorite. I actually own a lot of Amazing Spider-Man, but he's not always been my favorite character. But this issue is just amazing to me. Number 1 Marvel for me is my Avengers number 11, co-starring Spider-Man. I love the issue. Once again, you know, it's Captain America as well, Thor, Giant Man, Iron Man, the Wasp. It's a great issue. It's an early appearance for Spider-Man in a crossover, and it's just a phenomenal issue. I've had it as well for quite a few years, and it's pretty well my favorite of all my Marvels. I would say this is my favorite comic. So, all right, so thank you for watching. Okay, and it's going to swing over again to my friend Mo over here, and our new friend. Oh, I think that is so cool. The Red Skull. So, this is from Cromda1 and the Red Skull. Perfect for Halloween. And Mo. Just saying so long. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed this video. And please feel to comment on any of the comics I've shown. I really do appreciate. And thank you all for being my friends. I also want to thank Ghost Critic, Warzone Spider for tagging me. And also to do a shout out for it's the Agent of Chaos because he's given me a shout out as well. And they're all great guys. And I want to say thank you to all the comic community for encouraging me. Thank you all for watching. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. And we'll see you real soon. Take care. Bye for now.
I vanquished them. I am the winner. The world belongs to me. Give it to me.
No, it's mine.
Give me that world herring or I'll marinate you. Let me have it.